Good morning, afternoon, evening, and good dawn, guys. This is your boy Cyphrix, and today we are talking about Raziel Dungeon Arena by Indrasoft, a new isometric ARPG a la Diablo, coming out from mobile platforms in just a few days this week. I got some time in the closed beta, and I gotta say, the game is definitely, it has some potential. I'm not gonna say it's gonna completely usurp or keep you from playing Diablo Immortal when that finally decides to come out, but this will give you something to buy into while we wait. Diving straight in, let's talk about early game. When you first jump in, just speed ahead, stifle the natural drive for exploration for hidden chests and gear, because while there are hidden chests, and that is something that you're going to find often in almost every level you play, the early campaign is short and the story is not even worth your time. So that's kind of something just up front to tell you. Well, why are we even doing this review? Does the game suck? No, the game does not suck. The story component of it is just pretty garbage. That's kind of the same thing with most mobile ARPGs, let's be honest. The gameplay itself is pretty awesome. The dungeons probably take 2-3 minutes to finish. They're really easy and they drop a lot of loot. So again, you don't have to worry about getting every single nook and cranny like you would with a Diablo game with its huge maps. The story campaign will level you quite quickly, and around level 20 you unlock challenge mode and co-op gameplay, and then a little bit after that you'll unlock your tavern battles. Between challenge mode and the tavern battles, you'll have a lot more fun. The dungeons are much bigger and they sport a lot more gear. That's not even all of in-game or mid-game. That's just the part I got to explore in the limited amount of time I got with the closed beta. My main point is, do not let the first 30 minutes of this game bore you out of the game. It's really fun. It has a lot of depth to it. It's just suffering from a lot of things that traditional mobile MMORPGs and ARPGs suffer from. You got to look past that because there's a lot under the hood. The game sports a handful of named characters, an undead archer, an ice mage, and a rampaging berserker, just to name a few. As you play through the main campaign, you'll learn more about the story and what links these together, again something I didn't focus on too hard, but you'll unlock more characters along the way. Something interesting is Raziel features character swapping in combat, so you don't just focus on one singular tune. While I started with the archer, I found myself maining Bison, a radical paladin style character who uses thunder instead of holy light. He ended up becoming something akin to Thor after playing around with his skills, and the skill trees really make him play my way. Skills are one of my favorite parts of Raziel. I love how they handled it. They decided to use a structure relying on skill branches. As you level your 4 main skills with EXP and gold, you'll unlock branch versions that radically change what each skill does and how it looks and synergizes with your overall loadout. Talents are handled on a grid type layout, which will be familiar territory for any seasoned ARPG vet, but simple enough for newbies and casuals as well. Finally, your skills and traits are polished off by your gear loadout, which is something I want to talk about for a second. Even at lower levels, you get some really nice legendary gear with set bonuses and special effects. This was a welcome change for me, but some players on some forums and places I read around had mixed feelings about the sheer amount of legendary gear you get at low levels. Really, think about how many mobile MMORPGs and games drop crap loot all the way to in-game, where they block something behind a paywall. So for me, this was something a little different. It was more refreshing to be able to go into trait building and gear loadouts even at level like 15. At level 21, I was rocking all kinds of synergies with my electric shield, giving my normal attacks fire burst, and if I hit burning enemies, I triggered chain lightning and other sparkling effects. It was really fun, and it made the combat fast and fluid. I wasn't bothered at all by the gear rain, and I encourage players to find out different gear combos. It's half the fun. After customizing my character's traits, skills, and gear, I quickly found myself in my traditional Diablo routine, where I'm fighting enemies with odd traits and augments, and animations are fluid and action is fluid. I'm just mowing through trash mobs, farming gold and gear as fast as possible, again a la Diablo. Raziel gave me that feel that I've been looking for on mobile for a while, and I hadn't felt this feel since Dungeon Hunter V, which at this point is maybe an 8-year-old game. So props. Wrapping up, let's do some quick pros and cons. Pros: decent graphical style that works well with dungeons. There is co-op. Lots of fun loot for my ride all the way to in-game. I'm really looking forward to mid-game, late game, all that good stuff. The game encourages exploration with lots of treasure chests. There's fun characters, and character swapping encourages exploring different characters, not just your main. Action is fluid and fun. Skill trees, gear, and traits really let you customize your gameplay. And there is no auto combat that I saw. If there is later on, please let me know down in the comments ahead of time so it doesn't give me a heart attack when I finally see it. Cons: multiplayer is a touch laggy. I hear it's peer-to-peer, so we'll have to see how they handle this. It's a slow start in the beginning. Early game is really boring and could put off a lot of new players. It almost put me off. While I love lots of gear, I can understand how too many legendaries has confused many players who are torn between special effects on early gear versus new gear. It's gonna be like, oh, why would I get this new piece of gear that has all this defense and it's probably gonna keep me alive when my previous pair of gloves let me shoot fireballs and I'm not even a fireball shooting character. Co-op is hitting behind a level wall, not a paywall, a level wall. You don't get any co-op action until you're level 20. The story is trash, you can straight up skip it. I know this isn't a big con for a lot of people, but I know some of you guys are lore buffs and like to get immersed in things. Sadly, this is not something you're going to be that immersed into. Also, this last one is personal, but I hate wings in games like these. What's the deal with Asian MMO trends having wings on even though you're walking along the ground all the time? You're not flying, there's no 360-degree flight, you're just walking. No hate to people who like wings, it's just not for me. It's too much glitter. And that's it, guys. I hope I was able to shed some light on this new game for you. I've left a tap link down below because I'm not sure if this is going to be on Google Play on the App Store for us outside of China or Japan, but don't worry, the game itself will be English. If you enjoyed this, please definitely drop a like and let me know what you guys are looking forward to. Love, peace, and elevate your hunts, y'all. Lates.